Hi guys, my name is Barry and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review for the Forever Purge. This is the 5th movie in the Purge franchise. So if you haven't seen this film already guys and you don't want to be spoiled, then obviously don't watch the video. However, if you don't mind spoilers or if you have seen the movie, then of course continue watching. So the NFFA are back. They are back in power. They've taken over from President Rowan after 8 years. So this film is set in 2048 and the first thing the NFFA do is bring back the Purge. There's a few sets of characters that we focus on. In this one we've got Juan and Adela, who are Mexican refugees. They escape Mexico through this underground tunnel and they make their way to the US. We've also got the Tucker family that consists of Dylan, Cassidy, Harper and Caleb, and they hire Juan as one of the horse wranglers. Dylan seems to be a bit of an idiot at the beginning because he doesn't really like Juan, and you've got Caleb, who is the dad. He likes him, and what he does with his employees is he gives them some Purge protection money so that they can go away on Purge night and get a bit of protection while the Purge is happening. And that's what happens at the beginning of the film. We've got the Purge, and surprisingly, I didn't know this, but the Purge ends like 25 minutes into the movie, and I'm like, okay, what happens next? Because I hadn't seen this film until I watched it for the first time there. So Juan and Adela go and get their protection from the Purge night. Everything looks a little bit shaky, but at the same time, nobody really died. And Dylan and his family are sitting in their house it's on a farm, and it's all nice and locked away. But Dylan, even not just Dylan, but the whole family, his wife, his sister, his dad, they all seem a little sus, as if one of them's going to double cross another of them, and I expected that to happen, but it didn't. And Dylan notices something in the barn and he goes to check it out, but he doesn't see anything. And then the Purge is over and it goes to the next day. And the first thing I noticed is this is the first time we've seen a Purge movie where we see the aftermath of the Purge, because the Purge always ends, or the movies always end with the Purge ending, whereas in this one the Purge ends and then we see the aftermath of the bodies, etc. So that was quite cool to see something like that. But obviously there's a twist in this one, because there are a group of people who decide the Purge shouldn't end and they want to continue purging for the rest of time. All different altercations happen, but we see mainly the Tucker family being attacked by one of their employees. However, Juan and another employee, Titi, who's another Mexican refugee, they save the Tucker family and they all get together to get Adela, who is Juan's girlfriend or wife, and they try and escape what's happening. Unfortunately for Caleb, they couldn't save him. He was the only one that died in this altercation. They're now on the run with nowhere to hide, but they do see on the local news that Canada and Mexico are opening their borders so that people can escape. So there will be American refugees that can go up to Canada or down to Mexico. So it's a little on the nose. As they're closer to Mexico, they're racing against the clock now to get down to the border to cross to Mexico. However, there is a spanner in the works because Cassidy, Dylan's wife, is pregnant and she looks like she's just about to give birth. As they make it down to Mexico, we have got a bunch of Mexicans as well who are there to try and help them. But again, they don't really like Dylan, but I don't think they hate Dylan either. There's just a bit of difference between Dylan and the rest of the crew. When you look at Dylan, like I said, he does seem like a kind of sus person at the beginning of the film, and he even explains himself, and he is very honest throughout the film. He says that Mexicans should just stick to themselves and white people, Americans, should just stick to themselves as well. And some people can see his point, but other people are like, well, we want to get along together. Even his sister has got a little thing with Titi. So they're not a bad family. I think Dylan's the bad seed in the family, but he does good throughout, even to the very end. Adela, the Mexican refugee, she used to be part of this female mercenary crew that took out the Mexican cartel. So of course she's a badass in the film and she can handle a gun and stuff. So she's there to protect all the Tucker family and her husband. As I said time and time again, I think the characters in all the Purge movies have been fantastic. We've got really good backstories. Everybody is interesting, and it's the exact same in this one as well. I think there was a few things in the film that I thought, why are they showing us this? Why are they focusing on this? If you look at Dylan, there's a part at the beginning of the film where he hurts his rib and he holds on to it throughout the Purge night as well. And I thought that was going to be significant in the film, maybe he's going to puncture himself and he has to get to a hospital, or he's going to have internal bleeding, or because of that he's not going to be able to fight back, but it doesn't really go anywhere, and eventually he stops holding his rib. This has to be the most on-the-nose Purge movie in terms of politics and racism as you'll probably ever get. Now, I'm not American, so the things that happen in this film do not annoy me at all. I actually find it quite funny, but I can see that maybe some Americans will watch the Forever Purge and say, you're making us pick sides because they're making certain groups of people look like the bad guys and certain groups of people look like the good guys. You've even got like Trump's America with they want to build the wall and stop the Mexicans from getting in, and then it's on the nose where the Americans need to actually seek refuge in Mexico as well. So there's a lot of real life politics that take place in this film, and you can easily see where the film tries to show like the Trump's America with like Make America Great Again, and then the other side. I'm not too sure how it all works, but as a Scottish person, I found it quite funny. But at the same time, if you're an American and you're on the wrong side of whoever you support, then some of this might be annoying to you. For a fifth film in the franchise, I actually found it quite entertaining, and with the fear of rinse and repeat for all these Purge movies, I think it was a welcome change to do what they've done, because you could have a Purge franchise where you've got the first one that's a self-contained movie, and then because you open it up to nationwide and you see all the purging happen, it could become a little bit repetitive after the second, third and fourth movie. So they had to change it up. They changed it up in the fourth one with doing the first Purge, and it was an experiment, whereas in this one they had to do something different. They couldn't go back to the same way they'd done in the second and the third movie, so making it a Forever Purge, as silly as it looks, I think it was probably the best way to go, so they didn't have to go back to the old tried and tested way. So overall guys, I think this one was a bit of a surprise for me. Like I said, this was my first time watch. I didn't see it when it first came out because I wasn't really interested in it, but I'm glad I watched it because it was pretty decent, and probably a Purge movie I would definitely watch again. I just feel like there is a lot of heavy-handedness in terms of racism and politics, and it can take you out of the movie, especially if you're an American. But for me, because I'm Scottish, it was absolutely fine. So what are your thoughts on the Forever Purge, guys? Do you think it was too heavy-handed in the politics and stuff? If you are from America, how did you feel the film went in terms of the comparisons between unrealistic politics in the Purge and real-life politics and real life in America? But leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you soon.
Meeting adjourned. To get you, Barbara.
Ever played Skin the Cat?
Someone's in the back!